Hello, everyone. Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are continuing our exploration of the energies surrounding the disappearance of Nicola Bulley. She went missing January 27th, 2023. I am recording this as of Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. And to date, she still has not been found. The water has been searched. There's some speculation that maybe she may have even traveled down further, down the weir, I guess that's what you call it, and perhaps even could have gone off into the sea. I don't know. A lot of people are saying no, she's not in the water at all. And so it got me to thinking about the police, the law enforcement, and what they may or may not know, what they may truly believe, and is confirmation bias at issue in this case here. They may have really valid reasons why they believe she fell in the water that we are not privy to. For example, the Fitbit data could have that she was last near at the water's edge, the river's edge, or in the water, and not making that public. I'm not understanding why you wouldn't if this is just strictly a missing persons case. However, maybe they are not as closed off to different possibilities, but let's just ask the questions. All right, what do the police know or are not telling the public? Five of Swords. Anything else, Spirit? Knight of Cups. That's interesting. All right, let me show you all what's come up here. We have Five of Swords, Knight of Cups. Then we have Alive, Abuse, Neglect, and Cover Up. What do you all make of these cards? Let's just explore them, shall we, together. So, what they may know that they're not revealing, or what they even may believe, we're going to I'm going to ask specifically the question of what they believe in the next question. But for now, we're just talking about what they know. They could know about some sort of argument, some sort of conflict that she could have been involved in as it relates with the Knight of Cups. During the time that she have been alive. I wonder if they even still feel that she may be alive. In the police force or law enforcement force, there could even be some people who believe that she is still alive. If you look carefully here, there is water here. There's different parties here. There's some people who may feel like, nope, confidently that she has fallen into the water and that she has perished as a result of that. Okay. And so their voice is loudly heard. That is the theory that is prevalent for whatever reason. That's what the law enforcement has, attached their hooks to in terms of what they're telling the public is what they think happened. But there's parties a part of this police force, law enforcement body that don't necessarily feel that way and feel like their voice is being drowned out, that they may have different feelings about what may have happened. It could range, these feelings about what law enforcement thinks happened, from she's actually still alive. Maybe she wanted to go off and start a new life that she loves. I doubt that. But this is, again, we're talking about law enforcement and what's going on there and what they know. and what maybe there's evidence that they see that we aren't privy to, cell phone records leading up to her disappearance, as soon as like 12 days before. Cups represents the timing of days. Okay, so it could be that they've seen something unfolding that leads some of them to believe that she could actually be alive, or that there was stuff going on when she was alive that there could be in that window of time that could indicate that maybe there's some sort of argument that had been going on, some sort of conflict, somebody feeling like a loser in a situation, unfairly treated, and that there's a winner in the situation. I don't think this is necessarily pertaining to a child. It could be related to someone feeling neglected, feeling abused. And here's the thing about feeling abused or neglected. It doesn't have to be necessarily physical. It could be mental or emotional or financial. Okay? So it could be that. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean very intimate parties, although it can represent that with the Knight of Cups. Intimate parties meaning family, partners. But it also could mean maybe someone who felt like they've gotten, taken advantage of, or that they are not being treated with care. The other thing is, and this is interesting. So we asked the question, what do the police know and are not telling the public? What is this about? Cover up. What is that about? Is it a cover up simply that there's some law enforcement parties involved, law enforcement personnel that believe that there's something more going on here than meets the eye? So they have all, as a collective body, decided to, cover up what is known. And this is simply maybe just to protect the integrity of the investigation. But it does beg the question, if this is just a missing persons investigation, then why are you not sharing all that you know and learned? If it's something more, why aren't you saying, you know what, we were working with a working theory that she may have fallen into the water, but we are exploring other options. I don't know how British law enforcement works. So, maybe this is customary. I don't know. But the cover-up card is interesting to me. I'm curious to hear what you all think about that card and about really all of the cards, because this is interesting on what they may know. Something with the matter of the heart with the Knight of Cups. Somebody pursuing something, going after something that matters to them, heart-related. We're just simply looking at the cards and asking the questions and seeing what comes up with that, okay? Next question. What does law enforcement believe happened to Nicola? What do they believe happened? Ain't that about a... And remember, this is collectively speaking. There may be one or two that don't follow that belief system, but this is collectively. This is collectively what they may believe happened to her. Actually, let me shuffle the bottom of the deck. What does the police believe happened to her? Look at that. What does the police believe happened to her? Let me zoom out too in just a minute so we can see all the cards. That's interesting. Okay, so let me zoom out so we can see here. We have the Four of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and then we have accident. Good majority of them feel this way. Like the accident happened because she was distracted, not really focused. She's by the water's edge with the Four of Cups, and cups representing water, right? and just kind of not really focused that hand on what's going on around her. And as a result, maybe had a misstep and fell. I can't believe this card jumped. Okay, so then there's some who believe that maybe she was just, filled with anxiety, may have done something to herself, may have, and again, even in this Eight of Swords, we have little pockets of water, a castle off in the background. That the Eight of Swords is about anxiety, self-imposed worry, being bound by your own fears that are makings of the mind. This could represent lots of anxiety that could lead to either accidentally hurting yourself or intentionally hurting yourself. So again, this is to the question of what law enforcement may have believed. And so rival, backstabber. Now, of course, this could speak to someone outside of her, but sitting underneath the Eight of Swords, this is about maybe she being her own worst enemy. Okay, let me zoom in again, make it tighter. And then we have someone who, again, if you look here, all three of these are isolated. One person depicted in the tarot. We have the Nine of Cups, one person, Eight of Swords. We have the Four of Cups sitting here by themselves. The police feel like no one else really is involved. This, again, is just speaking to some sort of overindulgence of something. Maybe not her being on drugs. Don't get this twisted like, oh, yeah, drugs is involved. That's not necessarily what this is speaking to. This is speaking to someone being self-indulgent, wanting to be independent, follow their life path. So these are the various beliefs that the law enforcement have. But one thing that's overriding that they believe across the board is that there's not really anyone involved. This card might have maybe a few rare folk in the law enforcement or in the police department may feel that there could be someone else involved. The vast majority of them have hooked on to the idea that this was something that she did to herself. Okay? All right, next question. Let me see. Next question. What evidence do they have or will they come across soon? What evidence does law enforcement have or will they come across soon? Ten of Cups, King of Pentacles. What evidence do they have or will they come across? And I sense that these two cards are speaking to what evidence they have and what evidence they will come across. Spirit, can you enlighten us? Social media. It's also got a cell phone in there, right? And what evidence will they come across soon? Vehicle transportation. Okay. Let's see if Spirit wants to add anything else. All right. So far what they may have is that she comes from a very happy family, a happy family life, friends, family. She's just in a good, happy, strong place. Although the tens can sometimes represent an ending and a new beginning. So maybe there was something going on in her life that maybe even was depicted on social media that was an ending, that would open up to new beginnings in her life, okay? New financial opportunities with the King of Pentacles, perhaps. There's something that with social media, but more importantly, the cell phone depicted, that they have gone through her records. They have looked at her social media records, the data or metadata that is behind the social media, people who may have messaged her, just in keenly looking at just the past 10 days or so, okay, because the cups represents the timing of days. But what I would say to law enforcement, they're not listening to me, I know, but they may also need to look at the end of summer for additional clues as it relates to her social media. Cups represents the season of summer, and Ten of Cups represents the end of summer. So there's something there that could clue them into some sort of ending of something that was going to open up the path to some powerful new beginning for her that could lead to financial or abundant rewards. Now, I mean, it could even be just preparing to buy a house or arranging for someone close to her to buy a house. The other thing is we have King of Pentacles with the vehicle transportation. Now, we also asked about what evidence would law enforcement come across, what's coming up for them. What will they come across soon? I did hear that they are looking for dash cam. And what is dash cam on? A vehicle. There may be some information about a man, someone of influence who may have a vehicle that was in the area that is of keen interest to law enforcement. The other thing is that this may have been planned or premeditated, whatever that may mean. And you all can share with me what you all think that might mean. All right, next question. What I want to know is confirmation bias at play, or is law enforcement keeping an open mind? We do have Four of Pentacles, which can indicate that there may be some confirmation bias. Is law enforcement generally keeping an open mind, Spirit, about Nicola's disappearance? Are they keeping an open mind? Okay. For the most part, I would say they are keeping things closed and tight wrapped. Confirmation bias, I could see how we look at this and say, they've already made up their mind about her being in the water, but there was evidence that they're not necessarily revealing to us that indicated that that could have been a very strong possibility. And for them, they want to go with Oxen's razor. What makes sense? Okay. What makes sense? And they are keeping an open mind. And if it doesn't seem like they are now, they will be in the future. I'm just going to have these off to the side because they're not really answering the question, but sometimes these cards kind of give us some additional information. I'm just going to have them over here. But Ace of Swords does indicate that probably in about a month's time, we will get a better understanding of their thought process, clarity around why they approached the investigation the way they did. I for sure thought they do have some level of confirmation bias, and there is some level of some of the officers holding on to a theory tightly and not being open to what else. But you see how this person's foot is on different coins, and there's a coin here on the head that, yes, they're holding on tightly to the fact that maybe she has fallen into the river accidentally. They're holding on to it tightly because they feel like they have evidence to really, really support that out of all the different options. They are keeping an open mind. Ace of Swords does confirm that. It even has a little yes. Okay. Just going to show you this. Motive, monetary gain. That's interesting. And weapons. This card came up in one of our past readings. Let's stick those off to the side. And let's see. We've got what? One more card. What's next for the investigation? What's next for the search for her? Wow. Justice flew out. We like to see that. Judgment in reverse. Oh my. Okay. On one hand, that we're going to get some answers, but on the other hand, I don't know if we're going to feel like we're satisfied with what's come. And it may be slow. I'll show you this. I don't think that's, I mean, we could put it on the table, but I don't want to get wild theories going. Okay, we're just picking up on what's going on energetically. Justice sitting next to the reverse judgment is about there will come answers, but it will come slowly, and we may not be appreciating what has come up. Okay, that's what I'm sensing here. There could be a lot of information that needs to be evaluated and sorted through, that people seem to have their blinders on and not doing that. But nevertheless, what I do love about the Justice card is that it does say that, yeah, we may or may not be satisfied with the closure that we get in this situation. We will get some form of closure. Okay. I'll show you the oracle cards. There could be rumors surrounding this. Murder, suicide. I don't get a strong vibe on this at all. I mean, it could be one or the other, or it could be both. I don't get a strong sense of that, but it very well could be. So we'll just say that, right? We don't want to go down speculation station too much on this. We're trying to keep an open mind over here. Jail or imprisonment. So maybe somebody being jailed, someone from jail, etc. Someone may know something or may learn something who's related to jail. Maybe, what do they call it? What do you call it? What do you call it? CO. Oh my God, correctional officer, or someone in prison or in jail, or someone is jailed, but maybe not talking. We also have the stalker card, indicating that perhaps in their investigation, in law enforcement's investigation, law enforcement still very much tied into all of this, bringing about justice, they may learn some things about stalker being in the area. And then we have burial or grave. And I wonder what that could mean. I do. It could mean someone is buried, or information is buried, or key evidence is buried, or that we later, the reason why it's unsatisfactory is because some things that will go down into the grave with us not really completely understanding all that is entailed here, but there will be a form of closure. All right, my friends, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to take a picture of this spread. And I thank you so much for joining me today. On your way out, please do me a favor and hit the like button, as well as subscribe if you haven't already done so. And drop me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking about all of this. And let me know if you've heard any updates. I'm in the Caribbean, so I don't always get a lot of timely updates. So if you know something, please share. Also, please remember to be respectful in the comment section. I did have to delete and block one person. I rarely do. I really try to have it be an open forum, but I do need people to remember to be respectful to me and to the person who's missing and to their family and friends. All right, loves, take very good care of yourselves. I will chat with you all later. Bye for now.